Hetti, it's nice to see you, and it's nice to have a conversation with you. And I know you represent Sorainen, but maybe give a little background about yourself. What's your background? How you grew into this nice, very good career?
So I've always been a lawyer as a professional. I've been in this career for just yesterday I realized it's actually 20 years. Vast majority of this fintech and financial sector has been my focus, my interest. Of course, I started off from elsewhere because I think fintech started booming in Estonia only like 2015 or so. But from then onwards, it's been fintech for me. And I've worked also in Big Four for a while. So this gives me a bit of not only legal background, but also the opportunity to work with various kinds of experts in their field, like IT, finance, etc. Risk. Gives me a pool of experiences, and they've come really handy now, advising fintechs on legal matters, also in licensing, expanding to new markets. So you can put not only legal side, but bit of business, bit of everything together.
Yeah. Sorainen works in the Baltic countries, but how do you see this? We still are competitors. Are we really collaborate when it comes to fintechs?
I think we're still in the competitor phase. Yeah. I see this when newcomers who want to enter the market, the financial sector, they usually approach a lawyer, maybe more than one, to find the best possible advisor for them. And this might vary because clients' wishes are different. And then they also consider various jurisdictions. So you only apply in one normally, and this becomes your home. And from then onwards, hopefully you'll scale, you'll go to new markets, but your home will be only one country in that sense. So in that sense, we are still competing for the best companies. I think some of the Baltic states are doing a better job advertising their country than the others. But yeah, I think it's still a competition. But what I also see is collaboration between companies themselves. So even like in Estonia, fintechs, they come together under the Finance Estonia umbrella. They share their experiences. They try to do lobbying together in that sense, that to negotiate with ministries and etc. lawmakers that we should do this or that, or with the local authorities, and that can be seen across Baltics, across the borders as well. So that's actually really great.
Yeah, but can you elaborate a little bit on the prime reason why a company chooses Tallinn as headquarters?
Mm-hmm. This is always a question which the authorities also ask if the founders are not necessarily Estonian, like locals, you know.
Because we need to know.
Yeah. No, it's very normal question to ask, and there's always very normal answers to this. I always start off that we are Estonia, but this is Europe, and this should be ideally at least one single market. That was the whole idea, you know. But why to start from Estonia? Why newcomers choose us is there's I think OECD tax. They do it annually. They rate countries. I think Estonia has been number one for several years. Estonians slightly are scared that maybe they'll mess up our tax system and we won't be attractive anymore. Luckily, that hasn't happened yet. So this is one, definitely. The other thing is, I think we're one of the most digital nations. So when we today speak about blockchain and new technologies, so Estonian government incorporated those technologies already a long time ago. Most of our governmental kind of infrastructure is already very digital. Like 99% of government services are available online. We have digital identity already. So this is also one big thing I think that helps, that we're digital. You can lead your company from abroad. Of course, in financial sector, you also have to consider what the regulator expects. They expect the headquarters in a specific country. They're becoming more flexible, I think. They understand that nowadays it's not like 100 people sitting in one room together. It's online. The organizations are very international. The language is not anymore Estonian. It's an English language. That has been already. It's going much better. But these are, I think, two of the core. Plus, I think third one is also there are some very good examples from Estonia. We have Wise, we have Lightyear, Skype is ours. So a lot of like great technology companies coming from Estonia, and that kind of draws others to come into business as well and come to our country.
It's a track record.
It's a track record, and I think it's important. Plus, also those who've already done and maybe exited their businesses, they start investing into new fintechs because this is their area of interest, and they lend their knowledge to the newcomers. Share this knowledge, so the ecosystem of it, and that really helps.
Yeah, and from my own experience, I can say that Estonia's e-residency is, I would say, the most easiest entrance. And for that moment, if you look for young entrepreneurs and digital entrepreneurs, it is very important that the first step is very easy. It's basically you think you've already done. So in that case, I think you are doing a very good job.
I think so too. I think it really helps. And today I also was in a panel. We discussed about talent. So, for example, Estonia also has something we call Startup Visa. It's not necessarily only for fintechs, but you can apply. And this tackles the issue of getting company established in a foreign country like Estonia for some founders, and also moving talent across from abroad to Estonia. It's of course within Europe. Talent should be really flowing freely, I'd say, but also from third countries. And I think how we do today, the work is done online a lot, like meetings, internal, external. So it doesn't necessarily need to be on a daily basis in Estonia everywhere.
Of course, yes. How do you look at current situation with MiCA licenses in Estonia? Because we know that you haven't been very keen as a country to onboard maybe new players.
I wouldn't say we're not keen. I remember from last year, Baltic Fintech Days, there was a panel where 3 country regulators were on stage together, and their attitudes kind of shine through. I don't know if whoever listened to it, I'm sure they had a treat. For me, it sounded like it's not that we don't want, it's that we are cautious and we want to select the best, essentially. But I do get that to select the best, you have to go through or get the intros from maybe not as good ones as well to select the best, Yeah,
of course.
So I think Estonia is more maybe cautious because we had our learning curve with the VASPs earlier, and they want to take more balanced approach. I would say I'd like to see a bit more maybe adventurous, not in a bad way, but a more explorative approach. I think we have room for improvement there, but it's not that we don't want them. And in Estonia, why we don't yet have those licenses in place, that is a reason because we had the grandfathering period. This actually ends in 1st of July, I think, this year. And those that are already in the proceedings and haven't yet kind of received or the license being declined by that time, they can still operate, but only with the existing client base. So they still have time. We at Sorainen also represent a couple of them. Looking forward, I think the moment of truth comes around the end of summer, likely, how many of those cusps we will have. And I think what's been missing somehow, this hasn't reached the market. Estonia has a really great investment firm called Lightyear, and they actually applied for the extension under the MiCA and they got it. It's somehow hidden away.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody talks about it, but and I'm hoping that they now don't tell anything to me that I kind of said it out loud, but it's public information. So
that is good. You're in a good territory then.
Yeah. So they magically did it. So.
Yeah. Can you also comment about the effect of Wise? Because Wise started from a small entity in Estonia. It started to grow very fast, and so then we talk about London. Then now we talk about New York, and it's kind of grew into a really global player. What kind of impact did Wise leave on fintechs? Because of course we know Skype Mafia, we know startups, we know AI area, but talk about fintechs and Wise, how it created the ecosystem.
Oh, this would be a perfect question for Wise itself, but from what I see, I think how it influences is that when you see a fintech becoming so successful, so international, innovative, they pull great talent, capital, etc. So it sounds like a perfect game. If you see that in those who are prone to dream, they dare to do this a bit more. So I think there's been a lot of discussion also here that how do we become a bit more visible and how the others will start believing us. I think it starts with us dreaming a bit more and then going after it. And if somebody already has done it and has been successful, then you dare more, I guess. And that kind of draws in. And the second is that, to the best of my knowledge, Wise team also kind of is not keeping everything to themselves, though they also in an Estonian ecosystem they share their knowledge, and
it's like Skype people.
Their investors also invest into other. It's like a Skype Mafia, but let's call it Wise Mafia.
Yeah, Wise Mafia.
They invest in other fintechs, and then they branch out, and in that sense, that has a snowball effect. Hopefully, at some point.
I remember this one conversation with CTO of Wise, and he mentioned that. At the very beginning, yes, the founders and also the core team they wanted to associate themselves with London, with something that there's the financial center and so on. But then they understood that kind of people more fell for them because they were from Estonia, not that they are another London company. Is that something also that attracts attention? From investors, from stakeholders, that Estonia is we know that it's a digital country number one, but still again it's a nice place to create something. Like Israel. Israel could be another.
As an individual, my own personal opinion. I'm still a bit not like mad. Mad is a strong word for anything, but them moving to London and kind of bit like ditching their roots for a certain period. I think they've made a comeback, and I forgive them. But I think it was a mistake because they are very essentially Estonian, and to be proud of it and say it out loud, and then people start believing, and the others also see that this is a market where serious players come from. There's experience. If they can do it, then the next one can do it. Only thing is that, that can happen if you come out with something truly interesting. Yeah. So all these copycat models, that maybe is not that. You can do that as well, and play on the pricing or whatever. But when they kind of merged and how they transformed into something else, that was very unique, and that's why they are successful.
I think we also during these days talk about a lot about how we can attract attention from big players and so on. But I think it's also worth talking about how we can grow our own unicorns in our own backyard. And I think it's also what Sorainen is one of the reasons why you are really into the market, to grow the local firms and local companies.
I always said that the best clients come from when we can kind of like grow up with them together.
Yeah.
So when founders have this great idea, they already kind of meet up with the lawyers and the other external advisors if need be in the very beginning, and you become like part of the journey. It's very exciting to be there, especially if the model is great, the team is really brilliant, and you can go along, and then you kind of like together create a little new entity, little thing that grows up, and you grow with the client, and it's I think the best kind of relationship. So hopefully I can have those more.
Yeah. Hetti, it was a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.